Shalom, shalom. This is Adama from GMS Inglewood, coming through to propose a quick idea through the Spirit. Start out by giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai B'Ashem Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brethren. There's an article going in on Ashley Babbitt, who was that rioter, protester, who got shot during the insurrection on January 6th. All right. And I'm going to read a little bit of this and propose this idea through the Spirit that in 2nd Esdras 15, when it speaks about the course of the actions of these people being in their power and them not regarding the kings nor princes. Well, on the flip side, the kings and the princes, meaning the authority, the people in authority, the people in government, it's about to be revealed, and it's about to be made known that they never really gave a fuck about you. And how it says that they will not regard their kings or princes. Well, they don't fucking regard you people. All right, you people always thought you had rights. See, is the whole point of you marching and you people protesting right now because you think you have rights, right? Which is pretty much shit that you're entitled to. But that's not the case, man. When you look at it shows you how fucking gone these people, man. Because we in the know, we know that on the books, you people are slaves. When you look at your name in all caps, okay? When you look at you working for these corporations as an employee, which is a slave, all right? We look at you as being property, all right? You have a driver's license. You have all these things to pretty much denote and to you as a representation of you being property and being a slave to this system, man, to this government, to this corporation known as America, and then the subsequent lands that you're in, but primarily here in this godforsaken country. All right, but it's gonna be made known, and it's gonna be shown to you people that you never had any fucking rights, all right? And that they never gave a fuck about you, the people in authority and in power, the 5%, the 1% and all that. They actually were for your destruction. They actually were proponents and advocates for depopulating the masses of the people, the peons, man. The useless eaters, the copper tops. Their whole objective was, through eugenics, was to wipe you out, was to dwindle down the population, all right, and take as many as you stupid motherfuckers out as possible, all right. It says, case closed, police shooting of Ashley Babbitt during January 6th riots ruled lawful. Officer will not face disciplinary action. The Capitol Police officer who shot an unarmed Trump supporter dead during the January 6th riot on Capitol Hill won't face disciplinary measures and will remain unidentified, the force announced after an internal probe concluded. So this right here is a slap in the face to you Americans, because you thought that you had rights, all right, and that an officer of the law wasn't allowed to gun you down if you were unarmed and you weren't posing a threat like that. For example, the bitch didn't have, she didn't have any weapons like that. She wasn't really posing a threat. There was probably 1,000 other things that officer could have done, especially the vulnerable position she was in, crawling through that window or whatever it was, that small orifice There was 1,000 things that the nigga could have done to subdue her, okay? Especially him being a man and she being a woman. Small one at that. Showing you how fucking weak and scary you niggas are, you men here in America. And how drained and depleted of testosterone and masculinity you are. But it shows you that, you know, the pretty much the rights that you had, you being deemed as a human, meaning that's inhumane to do some shit like that, that's all going out the window. And it's never really been of their interest. It's the protection of the fucking people, man. It's really to destroy you fucking people through different modes and to enslave you, okay? To keep you working and putting into their system, to keep this evil system going, man. All right. Ashley Babbitt, a military veteran and a supporter of former President Donald Trump, was shot dead by a Capitol Police officer as she pushed forward with a group of protesters inside the U.S. Capitol in January. Her death was the only death, okay? So that's good enough. So the scriptures tell us in 2 Esdras 15 and 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So we see prophecy, which is contained heavily in the 15th chapter of the book of 2 Esdras. We see prophecy leaping off of the page. We see literal sedition and what they called an insurrection, which is almost a synonym for sedition, under the same umbrella, is happening here in the Great Babylon, which is where the scriptures said would be the seat of great judgment. All right, it's happening right before our very eyes. Prophecy, which the scriptures told you to focus on, for crying out loud, because that was a indicator of the end, or if you will, the parting asunder of times, the end of Esau's age and the beginning of Jacob that followeth. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. That's what you saw here in that riot. And they said, there's a real deep quote, most high willing I can remember it verbatim. It says that pretty much, see, yeah, it's fucking Satan. But in another video, I'll drop it. I'll drop it in another video. But it says something along the lines of, there's no such thing as an unsuccessful insurrection or rebellion. It's just a rehearsal. Okay. Pretty much, this isn't the end of the rioting and the sedition and insurrection in this country. And that Apostle Tahar brought out that word insurrection goes into to cut from within, etymology, basically meaning like a Trojan horse, man. That you're going to be destroyed from within by your own people. Okay. It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes. So you see, they don't give a fuck about these politicians, these government officials, the people in power and authority in different branches and sectors of society in this country. They don't give two fucks about how they feel. All right, it's actually starting to get violent, where, because this is how it starts, where they're doing memes and caricatures and artist renditions of different government officials getting put to death, all right, or getting fucked up. That's the people not regarding the kings or princes. And look, on the topic of this video, these people not regarding their kings and princes, it's on the flip side as well. The government that you thought was about you, was for you, was the whole thing. Because look, that's the whole fucking objective, like the whole purpose and function of government and everything is fucking to support the preference of the people. All right, but it's going to be made known that the whole time it wasn't ever about what the preference of the people was. All right, it's what the agenda of the elites is. That's all the government is exacting. They're only exacting the will of the elites in this society. All right, and the will of the elites is fucking to heavily reduce the population. Okay. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't regard you. Just as it's going to come to that time where these people aren't going to regard their kings and princes, as we see happening right before our eyes. Guess what? Their lack of regard for you is going to be displayed in the highest form when you people start killing each other out in these streets. And when they send the military out here to start killing you fucking people in these streets, in these cities, man. All right? Just like you saw here, the damn, the Capitol officer fucking blew that chick away, unarmed, all right? Is about as harmful as a fly, okay? About as harmful as a fucking bunny rabbit. And blew the bitch away. Okay, that's gonna increase on an all-out high scale the lack of regard of the kings and princes, and the lack of regard of you fucking peons, man. All right, it says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, meaning no legal ramifications are going to come about from whatever is done by the hands of the people or by the hands of the government, man, or the kings and princes, the people in the positions of power and authority in society. Nothing's going to be, they're not going to get brought up on any charges. The government is corrupt. We're bringing them up on corruption charges, fucking, it's not going to work like that. It's going to be, whatever is in their mind to do, and whatever they do, nothing's going to come of it, man, but more death and destruction. And then in Sirach 10:3, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. All right, so ultimately, you have a wicked, evil ruler, king, who's in authority, who's in power over the world, ultimately, but specifically here in America, man. Because it's ultimately the same fucking people, that wicked cabal of Satan worshipping pedophiles. All right. Fucking the elites, man. And then subsequently you got the elites constituents, the lesser elites, ruling here in Great Babylon. All right, and they are indeed destroying the people. They're destroying their minds. They're destroying their bodies. They're destroying their spirit. All right. And they're eventually going to turn your lights off. All right? They're eventually going to kill you. All right? Straight up. An unwise king destroyed his people. And that's exactly what he's done. It's actually in his books. It's actually on the agenda. Actually written out in his agenda is to kill you fucking people and to destroy you. All right? And that's why we have what we have. We have an unfit, unwise king. Because look, what is going to happen when he destroys all the people? It's going to mean a sure end for him. Show you how fucking stupid, how unwise it is. Because look, it finishes off by says, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. All right. To have an uninhabited city like he's aiming for is going to spell his sure end, which is actually what the prophecy says is going to happen, man. When he's going to try to fucking come down upon the people with great wrath. That's what's happening right now. All right. And I got this. It's beautiful to finish off with, because the cities are going to be inhabited in the kingdom because the prudent and the wise are going to be in authority. The righteous are going to be in authority. All right. And the cities are going to be filled. And the cities are going to be filled with joy and plenteousness, prosperity. All right. True love. All right. So with that, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakadash. Shalom.